With that, I'll hand it over to Senator Lujan.
Senator Lujan. Thank you, Senator. Well, good afternoon, everyone. First off, as Leader Schumer reminded us, just don't forget about those families out in Texas. So many folks that lost loved ones, people still missing. More should have been done to help these families. At the same time, we lost 3 loved ones in New Mexico with some horrific flooding. Senator Heinrich and I were there in that community of Ruidoso on Friday. We also saw hundreds of homes that were lost. These are homes that survived a fire, flooding year 1, and more flooding comes year 2. Let us also not forget, as we talk about FEMA, that in the western part of America, we need to make sure there's a chapter for fire and the flooding that's going to follow for not just year 1, but for the next 10 years. Now, while all that's happening, my Republican colleagues are saying, well, they're going to take some cuts in a few places. Russell Vogel's just starting to steal money. That map behind me shows all the radio stations across the country that are about to lose funding. Think about those loved ones in Texas, in New Mexico. There were more floods and loved ones lost in New Jersey. People that depend on getting a radio signal, some kind of information to them when cell phones are not working, mobile phones are out, you can't get a message from anyone else, but it's local AM radio or public broadcasting that are still able to carry a signal to warn you to get out of your home. It's almost time for you to move. Get your stuff ready. You need to get out of there. Something's coming. And what about all of those experts that are supposed to be telling us what the weather's doing? That then touches you so that you might be able to save your life or a loved one's life or a pet's life. It's absolutely disgusting, the cuts that are taking place right now. Now, in addition to that, as Senator Hassan reminded us, what's happening with all these tariffs, these national sales tax, there's probably a lot of coffee drinkers here in this room. I see a bunch of you in the morning, sometimes in the afternoon and the evening. There's a couple coffee shops from back in New Mexico that have reached out to me to tell me how negatively these tariffs are hitting them as well. And for those of you that are buying a cup of coffee, you know that an extra $1 or $2 out of your pocket for a cup of coffee is a lot. At a time across New Mexico when every buck matters. That's the kind of nonsense that's happening. And to boot, they're just kicking farmers and ranchers in the face as well, making it harder and harder for them with the price of these inputs, the question associated with these food programs that are being taken away and devastated as well. It's just one punch to the American people after another, right in the gut. It is wrong. And it's time for our Republican colleagues to stand up to this nonsense, do the right thing, and reverse all that is happening that is so bad, that is hurting the American people.